I feel like I don't even need this mic. This is a great intimate setting. Thank you all for coming out tonight to Plenty on Bell in Los Alamos. I've never been in Los Alamos before, so I'm where have I been exactly? Yeah, I love this place. This is such a great vibe going on here. Yeah, I love it. How's everybody doing tonight? You guys ready to hear some jokes? Aren't we all? Aren't we all? My name is Anand Mahalingham. I'm a friend of Oliver's, the guy that put on the show. I'm very excited to be your host and MC for the evening as well. A little bit about me. My name, like I said, my name is Anand Mahalingham. My full name is Anand Shankar Mahalingham. It's a long-ass name. That was a long-ass name, I know, right? And it's not the most conducive name, for nicknames, right? I wish I could tell you that I had like a really cool nickname growing up. That was not the case. You guys want to hear what my nickname was growing up? Not Anand Mahalingham. Onion Molecule. Onion Molecule. But they say there's truth in comedy, and I think the truth in that joke is I grew up with lazy assholes. But it's true. The school I grew up in, 97% white, the school that I grew up in, 97% white. And when you grow up in a school like that, you kind of think that having a name like Anand Shankar Mahalingham is your fault. Because everybody else's name is Dave. Just Dave. Like imagine introducing yourself to a cute girl in school. What's your name? Dave. What's your name? Mike. What's your name? Anand Shankar Mahalingham. If you think that's confusing, wait until you hear my nickname. So I never corrected anybody growing up. I never corrected anybody growing up. Because I hated those kinds of awkward situations, And there was no more awkward situation for me than when a substitute teacher would come to class. Oh boy. It always started out the same way. You walk in, you see the sub sees you, and you both know immediately this is not the last time your paths are going to cross. Because a couple minutes later is the bane of every substitute teacher, roll call. It always starts out the same way. They're going through their A's, their B's, and their C's, and they're doing a really great job. They're doing so well. Only problem is my last name is Mahalingham, which starts with the letter M, exactly halfway through the alphabet. So you have to get through a lot of stuff before you get to my name, right? And everybody in class knew exactly what was happening. They knew exactly, it was like dominoes. As soon as their name was called, they immediately turned around and looked at me. What are you going to say about you this time? Really creepy. And they always land on my name the exact same way, too. Ananda Shankar Mahalingham. That's me. That's me. Whatever chicken shit you just vomited out of your mouth. That is my name. There's a couple different ways it can go from there. You have those subs that just have to be deaf. They have to be deaf. Otherwise, why would you continue to mispronounce my name after I've given you the correct pronunciation so many times, right? How do you say it? Anand. Anand? No. Anand. Got it. Anand. No. Anand. Okay, so we'll just leave it at Andy. Motherfucker! Andy? And then you have a sub. You have those subs that make everything a thing, right? And you know exactly who those subs are, because they shouldn't even be allowed near a school, right? They're only there because book club got canceled. They're drunk at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, drinking wine out of their Starbucks sippy cups, watching The Children of Our Future, right? She lands on my name and she goes, oh, you're going to have to help me with this one. I have no idea how to say it. How do you say it? It's Anand. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. That is so exotic. Where are you from? America. No, your family. Where's your family from? India. Oh my God, what a coincidence. I do yoga every day. Okay, all right. But my favorite kind of sub really is the sub that gets to my name, You're here. Just rip that motherfucking Band-Aid right off. You know? But yes, my name is Anand Chandramalingam, which in Sanskrit means poor man's Hassan Minaj. And it's Urdu for if Kumail Nanjiani had recast himself in that Coma movie. So, that's not actually what my name means. I'll tell you what my name means. So a lot of people ask me that. A lot of people, right after asking me how to say my name, they're like, okay, now what the hell does all this mean? And I'll tell you. Anand means happy, means blissful, right? Maha means great or grand. And Lingam is a religious symbol for followers of the Hindu god Shiva, right? So my name, the proper translation of my name, loosely translated means ardent follower of Shiva, very happy, big fan of Shiva, big happy fan of Shiva, right? Loosely translated. That is the proper translation for my name. Proper. And the reason why I say proper is because apparently there's an improper translation for my name. Because apparently, according to some people, a lingam is not a religious symbol for followers of the Hindu god Shiva. A lingam looks like a penis. Just a big, black penis. So, that's the thing. So, the improper translation for my name is Happy Big Dick. So, ladies, if you thought that being a comedian was a disappointment, boy, do you have another thing coming. I want to talk about a couple things here tonight. One thing I want to talk about is feminism. I want to talk about feminism. Do we have any feminists in the house tonight? This is an easy question. Everybody, yeah. Everyone should say yes. That is a gimme. That is like if a police officer asks you if you have drugs, you say no. That is the easiest no. This is the easiest yes. But I do want to talk about feminism. Like I think like the core tenets of feminism are great, right? Fantastic. But I do think it goes a little far sometimes, right? Not like the obvious stuff. Not like, of course, we should get more women in higher paying jobs. And of course, like if a man and a woman are doing the same job, they should get paid the same fucking amount of money. Of course. Those are arguments that are so obvious, they're offensive to the word argument, right? But I had a friend recently tell me, whose opinion I normally respect. She told me that sex is sexist. That's what she told me. I just saw somebody go, what? What? Exactly. What do you mean sex is sexist? She said that it's sexist, that it's easier to pleasure a man via handjob or blowjob than it is to pleasure a woman. Which is, yeah, exactly, it's true, but sexist? You're one of the ones with one dot in an infinite sea of pink. We have one thing where it hangs off our body where if you pull it hard enough, it explodes. It's so simple, it almost has to be true. Almost has to be true. And I say almost because I do have first-hand experience with a terrible handjob. It's story time, yes. I was hooking up with a girl one time, and her hand goes south for the winter, right? We'll say that. Her hand goes south for the winter, and she proceeds to give me the most intense hand job I have ever received in my life, right? Like, this wasn't a hand job. This was a hand career. Okay? It's like if the toilet was clogged and my dick was the plunger. It was just frenetic and like a vice-like grip, too. It was like Mufasa hanging off a cliff in the middle of Lion King. Hanging on for dear life. I don't think she ever held on to anything in her life more than she did my dick in that moment. Okay? And I was on this thing, I was on this ride for 30 seconds. That's a long fucking time to deal with that shit. 30 seconds, and then I took her hand away and I said, no. No more. I am turning the lights on this haunted house. Right? we're just gonna lie down here and go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Or make out. We can make out some more. We'll probably make out some more. Because that's the thing. This girl was so good at kissing. Really, really, really good kisser. Just so bad at everything else. And I thought of it kind of like a video game situation, right? Like, she was so good at the kissing level, she just hadn't beaten the boss yet to advance to the hand job. Which makes sense, considering she was treating my dick like you would treat a joystick at an arcade. I celebrated my 27th birthday last year. Exactly. That is exactly the reaction. No reaction at all that 27 should get. 100% thank you. That works so well with this joke too. Because I talk about how shitty 27 is. Somebody asked me, what are you doing to celebrate your 27th birthday? And I said, turning 27. That's it. That's all I have planned for today. It's such a depressing sound that number even makes. You know, it's the most depressing number to say in the English language, to me at least. Until you hit 47. It's all the sevens, right? It's just, what the fuck is that? It's like the one digit is cool. Everyone loves the number 7, but once you start adding 20s and teens, yeah, fuck that. Stupid. But I feel like I'm growing up. That's why I hate 27 so much. It's like, you kind of don't have any excuses anymore. Like, I mean, I still find excuses, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a complete adult, but the signs are there, right? And when I say I'm not a complete adult, literally I woke up this morning, and apparently this has happened to me 3 times in like 6 months, okay? I woke up this morning with a very dry right eye. And I found out, I went to the eye doctor and found out that I had fallen asleep and with one of my eyes like a little bit open and like exposed it. A 27-year-old man should not be having this issue. 3 times in 6 months, right? I go for a checkup at the eye doctor, and like I go for my follow-up appointment. High as shit. Out of my mind. My eyes are red and dried. The doctor turns around and looks at me and is like, whoa, what did you do? And I was like, I was showering and I got shampoo in my eyes. And he was like, shampoo in your eyes? That's a new one. Let's not get any more shampoo in our eyes after this. But no, there are signs that I am growing older. Or I'm getting more mature. You know, I'm getting more mature. Right? Like, I had a job for 2.5 years, which is the longest I've ever had a job by 2.5 years. The other day I turned on the news, nothing was going on. I just wanted to hear the news. You know, you just wanted to know what was happening. The president didn't tweet or anything. I just was like, what's happening in the world today? I want to be informed. But the biggest sign that I'm growing up is I turned down sex recently. That's right, everyone's stunned silence. Somebody's like, whoa. That's a big deal, turning down sex. For a guy, especially, turning down sex. For dudes, when you are growing up, sex is everything. That is what everybody talks about. It is on everybody's mind. In high school, it's in the movies, it's in the music. Everybody's talking about the hand job they got in the front seat of their car, like over the weekend, you know, right? Sex. It's Mecca, it's the Holy Grail, it's everything. So you're taught to deal with a lot of bullshit if it meant you're gonna have sex. Right? You deal with all of this if it meant sex was at the end. Right? I'll give you guys an example, another story. I got a booty call one time. Everybody here knows what a booty call is. There's a tacit understanding between 2 parties, consenting parties, that sex was going to happen in a night, right? I get a booty call from this girl at 12:30 in the morning, as booty calls usually are, super late. Not a problem. I was going to have sex. She lived 30 miles away. That is a very expensive Lyft ride. Not a problem. I was gonna have sex. I get to her place, and I text her when I'm in her lobby. I say, hey, I'm here, let me up. She goes, all right, we're coming down. We? We're coming down? Who's we? We are coming down? And she's like, oh no, just me and my best friend. We're gonna come down and get you. And I thought, what any rational man would think in that situation, I was gonna have a threesome that night. They let me into the room, and I see a guy in just his underwear on the couch. Already there. And I was like, man, was I off by a number? Am I entering into some weird swinging agreement that I didn't know about previously? Right? But it was all good. I found out that naked dude was just the best friend's boyfriend, and that they were just hanging out, and then once I got there, we'd all go our separate ways and have our separate sex. Right? That wasn't going to happen. Absolutely not that was not going to happen, because once we got into the living room, these girls proceeded to suggest what I can only call the second worst idea for foreplay I've ever heard in my life. They wanted to play Jenga. Just like regular Jenga, not like sexy Jenga or anything, like a strip Jenga or something. Just regular fucking Jenga. And I was not having any of that shit. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I came here 30 miles for one tacitly agreed upon thing, and one tacitly agreed upon thing only, and it ain't fucking Jenga. So no, I am not gonna play your fucking Jenga. I put my foot down. I played Jenga for 45 minutes that night. But I had sex, so it was worth it. It was worth it. Sex is worth at least Jenga to me. Right? But then I grew up. And then hooking up with a girl at the bar one time. And by the end of the night, we're making out at the bar. And she goes, hey, you should come over to my place. And I was like, yes, absolutely. Because I was going to have sex. Right? Absolutely, I'll come over. At this point, this is how good this night was going. We didn't know each other's names, okay? There was only one thing that we knew was going to happen. That's it. There was like an understanding there. I couldn't even put that more perfectly, right? We get to her place, and at the time I had a beard, much like you do, sir. I had a beard at the time. And we're through her door, and she goes like this to me. Very romantic, right? That's exactly the first impression you want to leave on a dude. And I was like, oh, do you like men with beards? And she was like, yeah, my dad has a beard. What? Are you kidding me? I should have left right then. I should have just turned around. I only stepped 1 foot into the fucking place. I should have just turned the fuck around and left. Right? But I didn't. Because I was going to have sex that night. And that was a mistake. I was like, she's drunk. She made a mistake. She said something silly, right? It can only get better from here. Wrong. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. We start making out, right? And, you know, when you're making out with somebody, your faces are close to each other. She looks in my face. She looks in my face and she goes, wow, you have really long eyelashes. And I had heard that said about me previously in a very complimentary way. I was like, wow, thank you so much. That's very nice of you. Thank you. She goes, and you have very big eyes. Okay, I guess I do have kind of a doe-eyed look, sure. I'll take it. Another compliment, why not? And your ears are huge. Alright, where's this Little Red Riding Hood bullshit going? Okay? And then she goes, and wow, look at your nose. I know how big my nose is, okay? I'm very well aware of how big my nose is because it's there everywhere I look. It's in my periphery. Everywhere I look, it's in my periphery. So this is a point of contention for me, right? Then after commenting on the size of my nose, this girl, you know how I said that Jenga was the second worst idea for foreplay I'd ever seen? After commenting on the size of my nose, this girl proceeds to tell me the worst idea for foreplay I've ever seen in my life. She says, have you ever nose fucked someone? This was my dick in that moment. And it was like a fairy tale at that point, right? It was like the Cinderella, like the fucking end of Cinderella. My clothes came back on, my lift called itself, my keys magically appeared in my hand. Because sex is worth a lot of things. Sex is worth a lot of things. But I draw the line at snorkeling for nymphomaniacs. And it was great because as I was going out the door, she was like, but wait, I never caught your name. And I was like, Onion Molecule. Thanks. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anand. Are you ready to get this show started? Thank you. You guys are a great audience. I love the laughter. Keep that energy up for our next comedian coming to the stage. She is a very good friend of mine, and she has she has a great act for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Laskowski.